The Xi-Trump summit kicked off, but the spotlight was stolen by a height anomaly. 6 years ago he was half a head shorter, now they're nearly the same height. Xi Jinping growing 12 centimeters has ignited a body double debate. On the same day, People's Daily typoed Xi Jinping as Xi Jinghu, deleted within 3 minutes, adding fuel to the fire. The stark 6-year contrast has thrown the riddle of a real versus fake leader back onto the table. Don't miss the next drop, subscribe and hit the bell. He is 72, he is 78. 6 years ago, Trump towered half a head over him. 6 years later, standing side by side, they are somehow the same height. This is not diplomacy, it's magic. Before the Xi-Trump summit even wrapped, the internet exploded. The world is asking, did Xi Jinping get taller? Or was he replaced? Some joked, he's still a child, children grow. Others suspected, the posture, the ears, the stance all look off. Still others said bluntly, that's not Xi Jinping, that's a stand-in. And on that very day, People's Daily made a stunning blunder. Xi Jinping was typed as Xi Jinghu. The post was deleted in 3 minutes, but screenshots had already spread globally. Someone quipped, a typo turned into a prophecy, the real body is only almost Xi. A diplomatic meeting turned into a suspense drama about the real versus fake leader. Under the lens, is it a visual illusion or a political mirage? This Xi-Trump summit may have revealed a scene Zhang Nanhai least wants seen. On October 30, 2025, the Xi-Trump summit took place in Busan, South Korea, after a 6-year gap. Yet compared with the agenda, what drew more attention was a height anomaly. The 190 centimeters US President Trump and the 178 to 180 centimeters CCP leader Xi Jinping appeared the same height when standing together. Back at the 2019 G20, photos clearly showed Trump half a head taller than Xi. In 2017, during Trump's Beijing visit, the height gap was also obvious. How, 6 years later, does Xi seem noticeably taller? The images instantly triggered heated debate online. Some mocked. At the military parade he said, relative to a 150-year lifespan, people in their 70s are still children, so yes, children grow. Some blamed camera angles. The photographer lowered the lens to accentuate Xi's greatness, creating a visual eye-level effect. However, these photos did not come from CCP outlets but from overseas media on the internet, who do not share the CCP's penchant for height-inflating imagery, and from the pictures, they were shot head-on, not from a low angle on Xi's side. Others argued Trump has shrunk, as he's nearly 80. But if Trump shrank with age, Xi would, too. It makes little sense for Trump to shrink while Xi grows. Most netizens think Xi wore height-boosting shoes to look more imposing on camera. They added that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un also relies on lifts. But closing a 12 centimeters gap with footwear is no easy feat. Common women's high heels can add 12 centimeters only by combining a tall heel with a platform of more than 3 centimeters at the front. Otherwise the foot would be forced upright and walking would be impossible. Even for women who often wear heels, such as entertainers, this is difficult. For a 72-year-old man unaccustomed to heels, depending on shoes to gain 12 centimeters is hard to imagine. Hence, some believe this was a stand-in for Xi. Their reasons are plentiful. During the handshake with Trump, Xi said nothing, just a wooden grin. The claim that Xi grew 12 centimeters in 6 years has revived the body double rumor. As early as July 2024, former Central Party school professor Kai Xia and Du Wen, former executive director of the Inner Mongolia Government Legal Affairs Office, both questioned on X whether the person at the CCP's third plenum and the one paying condolences at the Vietnamese embassy for the late Nguyen Phu Trong were Xi's doubles, not Xi himself. Their evidence focused on differences in Xi's ears, the lobe's outline and shape, and his stance. Kai Xia said that in the past 2 years Xi's standing posture changed a lot. Feet turned outward, legs spread wider than shoulder width, like a compass propping up the body. But in the photo of condolences for Nguyen Phu Trong, Xi's legs were together, almost at attention. Kai concluded the photos were either faked or old images of Xi previously visiting the Vietnamese embassy. In the 12 years since Xi took office, at least 3 Vietnamese leaders have died: Du Muoi, 2018, Le Duc An, 2019, and Le Ca Phu, 2020. Xi could plausibly have visited the embassy on those occasions. Du Wen has also publicly asserted, based on sources and visual assessment, that in multiple public events in the second half of 2024, at least 2 Xi stand-ins appeared, alternating roles. Another questioned scene was this year's Red Square parade in Moscow marking the 80th anniversary. She, invited to attend, appeared notably slimmer and blank-faced compared to a year earlier, again fueling the stand-in wave on overseas platforms. The repeated emergence of stand-in talk is driven not only by visual anomalies but also by concerns over Xi's health. Kaixia said on Fangfei interviews that she maintains the stand-in claim because, according to her information, she truly suffered a stroke last July and underwent intracranial surgery. A high-ranking party insider told her the operation was necessary because his health had deteriorated to the point of no delay. He had delayed it for years, but after another episode during last year's third plenum, surgery could no longer wait. The source also told her that she has a stand-in. Kai further cited a publicly reported incident to corroborate the stand-in claim. After the third plenum, on August 19 last year, when newly installed Vietnamese party chief To Lam visited China, Vietnamese journalists captured Xi on the red carpet at the Great Hall of the People's East Gate with a regularly shaped shaved area on the back right of his head. Kai, who worked for 10 years at a military medical academy, said the shape immediately suggested a minimally invasive intracranial procedure, indirectly supporting the inference that during Xi's surgery, a stand-in appeared on his behalf. This would be understandable, amid frequent turmoil in the CCP power structure and purges before the fourth plenum. Xi's long absence would create a power vacuum. If health is indeed unstable, deploying a double or using visual tactics to project a stable image is a conceivable crisis management tactic. From a sudden height boost to stiff script reading to earlobe discrepancies, the Xi-Trump summit has sparked a public opinion storm that transcends diplomacy, once again decoding, at least in part, the CCP's power optics, the leader's image, and the reality of governance. The summit makes Ma Yuhang go viral. The internet worries about his future. Unexpectedly, the Busan Xi-Trump summit turned a young People's Daily reporter into an overnight viral figure. This newcomer, less than a year into the job, misspelled Xi Jinping's name in the lead sentence of a Busan trip story as Xi Jinghu. Though the report was corrected within 3 minutes, screenshots of the error spread across the web. At the bottom of the piece appeared the credit line, responsible editor, Ma Yuhang. Curious netizens launched a deep dive, swiftly unearthing Ma Yuhang's background, connections, and resume. They even dug up People's Daily's 2025 hiring list of proposed recruits. Of the top 20 proposed hires, only Ma held a bachelor's degree, the other 19 were master's or PhDs. Netizens said, that background, obviously not simple. More details surfaced. In August 2019, during his first-year high school summer break, Ma represented Hingshui High School at the National Model United Nations Conference for Middle Schoolers. In August 2024, during his junior year summer break, he served as chair of the academic committee for that same conference and president of the Diplomatic Academy's MUN Society. This suggests that from middle school on, Ma aimed at entering the diplomatic system. After high school, he was likely recommended without exams to the China Foreign Affairs University, majoring in international affairs/international relations, a pipeline path within the system. Many thus concluded that Ma's entry into People's Daily was most likely through connections. Even if he did get in by connections, misspelling Xi Jinping's name is a major error within the CCP system. Hence global watchers are keen to see how he'll be punished. Netizens commented, "Someone's in trouble, this editor should run, pack your bags, the iron rice bowl is gone." Moment of silence for Ma Yuhang. Former well-known Chinese journalist Gao Yu posted on X that the typesetter, reporter, responsible editor, the general editorial office, and the new media center all must bear responsibility. But some praised the editor for speaking from the heart. Little Ma meant that Xi Winnie's stand-in went but the real body didn't, so it's almost Xi Jinghu. This time was the only correct one. It shows Xi is a big con. The phrase Jinghu, almost, became a hot meme. Jinghu means nearly dot. Others posted, "You can't send this image on WeChat anymore, looks like WeChat's emergency risk control is fast." Some said this shows even the People's Daily, the core of party media, is loosening. Such a low-level mistake getting published suggests cracks in the vetting process. The incident also recalls recent internal expose waves at CCTV. In mid-October, someone claiming to be a mid-level CCTV staffer wrote to overseas media that dissatisfaction with Xi is widespread inside CCTV, virtually no one respects him, and a mock Xi culture has already spread.